I want to be a scientist. I want to be a tennis star. I want to be an IS officer. I want to be a pilot. This is what our dreams were when we were children. But as we grew older, our dream changed. When we were children, no one used to ask about that why do you want to be scientist? Why do you want to be IS officer? Or why do you want to be in a plane? Nobody used to ask us that. But when we grew old, we understood and we tried to find out different motives as well as different driving factors that why actually I want to become an IS officer, or maybe why do I want to be a tennis star, right? So that brings us to today's discussion, that why any aspirant should choose RBI as a career option, or maybe why you should join RBI. There are thousands of aspirants who are preparing for RBI Grade B exam, but none of them has a proper motive and neither a driving factor which is letting them to take the decision that yes, we are preparing for RBI and this is the only reason why we are preparing for it. I've never seen one. So let's discuss today that what are the right reasons that one should prepare for RBI exam. So just before beginning that, let me introduce to you to our app as well as our YouTube channel, which is Oliveboard Regulatory Bodies channel. Okay, please subscribe it and you could really get interested content related to regulatory bodies. Let's move forward. The first reasoning when I ask different student is always one common reason, that is money. Now I'm not saying that this is wrong. Of course, for regulatory bodies like RBI, SEBI, Nabard, of course the pays, perks as well as the salary is great, no doubt about it. But when they blatantly give me the answer that money is the only reason to join a particular government body like RBI, and that also such a reputed organization, then I think they are thinking too small, right? So I think that students should be visionary as well as their motive and driving factor should be having bigger goal as well as one of the broader mindset to join such organization. So I don't think, of course, if you see the salary of RBI, it's close to 1,50,000, including all the allowances, including all the extra benefits which you get, at least if you are posted in Mumbai headquarters. Okay. Similarly, the pays and perks are also nice. The terms and conditions, the job profile is also wonderful, no doubt about it. But I won't give credit to the only reason which is given, that is money. And do you know why? People who only think of salary as the motive for clearing RBI, I don't think they would actually contribute to that organization as well as to their career if they are only thinking about money. So I will eliminate money nahi. पैसा तो आपके पास होगा ही. When you will join such a reputed organization, you will definitely get money. But such organizations are not just made for money, they are made for something more. And here's where I'll bring you a concept that whenever if you're thinking that you want to join RBI or maybe prepare for RBI Grade B exam, I would just like to tell you that this is your biggest opportunity to get into 1% mindset club. Now, what is this 1% mindset club? It's nothing but a group of people who are ultra successful. What do you mean by ultra successful? They are not only having good jobs in terms of monetary basis, but also they are part of those organizations which have great responsibility, great job profile, great exposure, great experience, as well as greater impact in their domain and in their sector. And RBI is the banker's bank, of course. It is the apex bank which is responsible for monetary and financial impact of the country. You take example of demonetization, you take example of maybe budget, you may take example of economic survey, you take example of different circulars of RBI. All the banking system in this country is under the tandems of RBI. So you would have understood that RBI is not just normal governmental body, it is much more than that. So therefore, as you will enter, or maybe if you are selected in RBI, you will automatically get into this 1% mind club, that is a group of ultra successful people. It is not just about salary, but it is also about the reputation of the organization and job profile and experience. I would like to tell you that certain private jobs, banking jobs are considered as white collar job. But I will remind you that RBI Grade B exam as well as RBI job profile is not white collar. I would say that it is gold collar professional job. Do you know why? It's just because it is such a apex bureaucratic role that you get a chance not only of executing the monetary and financial functions, but also you get a chance for policy framework, and that such type of exclusive jobs are always called as gold collar professions. So therefore I would like to tell you that if you are selecting RBI, or maybe if you want to join RBI, always keep a motive that you get a chance to get into 1% mindset club, and remember that this would be a huge achievement for you. Once you get into this group, automatically money and other pay and perks will always, these are nothing but peanuts for you, and they will come on lining up behind your back. The next reason which every student always tells me that RBI job has power, okay, but I think this is not a truth, but this is one of the biggest lie. So try to compare RBI exam with any of the other governmental exams. It may be IS exams or maybe IS officers, as well as it may be even state officials. It may be even any police or defense related job. If you compare RBI job profile with all the other governmental job profiles, then definitely here the power factor is not there as you expected. Neither you get lavishness of other bureaucratic governmental roles, neither you get an power even if you reach at an apex position. Then if you don't have power, what do you have? You have nothing but work. And what do you mean by work? Work in the sense, here I am trying to reestablish that you should be always thinking about work over power. And why I am saying this? It's because roles and responsibility of RBI in a complex economy of India, where the monetary functions, the financial functions become so important for the country like India, then you just can imagine that you are going to be part of such responsibilities and such roles. So your impact on whole macroeconomic perspective of the country is going to be very, very important, and you will have an lion's share in doing all the changes. When people would be reading Economic Times, when people would be reading the Hindu, such newspaper, Live Mint newspapers, you would be knowing those news much more earlier, and maybe you would have had in all the effect and impacts which are happening in the economy of the country. So just imagine, do you want the superficial power, or do you want the power which is backed by responsibility and roles? So this is what it is all about. And also the organization is impactful, as I told you. RBI's role, when you will get into RBI, that time definitely the impact won't be just in cities, urban areas, but it will be to the corners of the country. The next reason which I bring to you is reputation and position. If you look at the functions of RBI, it's the banker's bank. All the other banks are under RBI. Issuing of bank notes, okay. Other than that, custodial of foreign exchange and lender of last resort. All the functions of RBI are such that it is more than a bank. It is more than a bank. It's one of the not only just apex financial institution, but rather than that, it is that institution which looks after the whole veins of the economy which are happening in the country, and maybe which will be changing in the future of the country. The next reason, if I bring to you, then which you all are interested about, it is promotions. When I talk about promotions, everybody thinks about, okay, if more career options are there, if the more promotions are there, then of course that would be a great opportunity, and I would like to join the RBI. So the promotion ladder, if you see, you start at RBI Grade A, then you go at Grade B, then you go at Grade C, D, E and F. Then comes Executive Director, Deputy Governor and Governor. So this is the whole grading system of the RBI officials. If you see, you start as an assistant manager, then you come at manager, assistant general manager, deputy general manager, chief general manager, and then you reach at the apex with executive director, deputy governor and governor. So this is your scale of the ladder for promotions. Even this may be interesting or may be proving as a driving factor for all of you students that yes, we want to join as an assistant manager and we definitely want to be governor of the country, governor of the RBI. So in similar fashion, this also is a very important perspective to consider, because पैसा तो आता जाता रहता है, right? Money comes and money goes. But such promotions is nothing but your position, your reputation, as well as your exposure and experience is determined by the promotions. Okay? Then moving to the next point, that is organizational structure. Now here I will bring you one of the negative points. Now as we all know, RBI as an institution is one of the most organized banking institution. If you see, of course, if you don't like cubicle systems, if you don't like hierarchical systems, if you don't, and if you are a person who always need flexibility, then I would say that definitely this organizational structure wouldn't be a cup of tea for you. Maybe if you like comfortable life, if you like 9 to 5 job, if you like discipline, then definitely this organizational structure is definitely made for you. But if you are that person who is very active, who always likes to go out of the box, then it's very difficult that you are going to like this organizational structure of the RBI. Definitely it could be said that RBI assistant manager as well as all the profiles are mostly desk jobs, but here I would differ that you are not just given paper and pen work to do. Rather, it is much more than that. So though the job profile is always called as desk job, I would say that it is more of policy framework and researching job. Okay? Then if you see about the work-life balance, everybody work, right? Everybody has job, right? And one thing we always want, that the major proportion of our time spending in a day, it should be well balanced between our career as well as our personal lives, right? And RBI job profile, if you ask for any of the previous candidates who have been selected, it is well balanced. So you definitely will get work-life balance at RBI, okay? Definitely you will get that. It may be in terms of happiness, it may be in terms of culture, it may be in terms of working hours, terms, conditions, etc. But definitely here many of the aspirants share their experience that work-life balance is essentially very good in the organization. The last point is where many of the people are running after private sector jobs for remunerations as well as for opportunities. The one thing which RBI provides you along with the experience and exposure is job security. Okay, is job security, and that of course any of the governmental jobs definitely provides you. Apart from that, along with the job security, in spite RBI being a governmental organization, it also helps its officers so that they can excel in their own career. So it also provides them opportunity for further studies, and it backs the officers for their financial support for their further studies. Okay, so these are some of the reasons which we discussed, that why actually one should prepare for RBI exam, or maybe why, if you are still having doubts that should I prepare for RBI 2024, is it really worth preparing for RBI? So you can go through all these points and this video and try to analyze that yes, I think RBI is worth it and you should definitely try it. Best of luck, and get any of these reasons which would be your driving factor and your motive to clear RBI 2024. Thank you.